So we had to make a move today. The loquat trees were moved into, you see where that early red is right there? The one that I showed y'all last week. Beautiful new growth, by the way. Those little yellow things, new growth, new leaves. But the early red loquat, all these loquats, they're not really set for my region. Zone 8B. Yep, zone 8B, they're not really set for this region. The problem with them is they're taking up some of my best yard that gets the most sunlight. And they're not going to be as efficient as something that's set for my region that's going to get that same sunlight. Like a persimmon, I actually replaced it with a persimmon. I put a persimmon in full sun where these two used to be. So this is the gold nugget right here. Gold nugget. And that is the Vista white. That's the Vista white. So early red, Vista white, gold nugget. You can see the size of this gold nugget compared to the Vista white. The Vista white has been here for a while. All last growing season, Vista white was back here in the shade. This one's in the sun, in a different location. And it was just moved. What's funny is before we had the snow last week, we had a windstorm, probably 20, 30 degree winds, and it blew this whole thing over. I guess I just didn't, the roots haven't caught yet. You know, even with all this windbreak right here, the roots haven't caught yet because I had just planted it and it fell over, but I picked it back up and it's been fine since. Probably need to set it up because it's kind of lopsided, you know. It's kind of lopsided, but I'm not worried about that right now. But that's the reason why I did the move. One is because it was taking up my prime yard time for a fruit that's not going to really be ideal for my area. That the fruits are going to oftentimes get frozen because it's just going to be too cold and you're going to lose the flowers because it's in the 20 degrees when it decides to fruit. So I can't really let that be a focal point in my garden. These kind of just got to sit back here. If they fruit, they fruit. If they don't, they don't. But they're not going to be taking up my prime time space. And it's really weird. Look at the leaves. This one is a lot lighter than the early red. All beautiful trees. So I was definitely not going to get rid of the loquat because it's a beautiful tree. It's just the point that it can't take up all of my good growing light, all of my good sunlight areas. Also, it being under this canopy right here, you see those pine trees. So when frost does come, they're gonna kind of help keep the frost off of these loquat trees. So maybe that'll help it fruit, but I'm not gonna put my money on it. I'm just gonna let these do what they do, forget about them. Maybe I see fruit on them one day. Maybe I see these beautiful yellow fruits come out. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Peace.